Hi, I'm Karen Hamstra, and today I'd like to tell you about two new books that I think are must-read books for all of my followers. The first is The Cabinets of Barnaby, Maine by Elsa Hart. This is the first Elsa Hart book that I've read. She has also written a series of books that take place in China, and I believe this is probably destined to be the first of a new series. One thing I find interesting about it, it's a mystery, as you can probably tell from the cover, and it takes place around the early 1700s in Great Britain. And that's a time period that you don't really find that many books that are set in it. And it talks about the men and their wigs and the women in their wigs too, and just the general way life ran back then is really an interesting setting. Barnaby, Maine was a collector. It was a big deal back then to be a collector, and he had two adjoining houses that he had connected, completely packed with cabinets full of collectible things. I mean, they were wild things like, oh, the towel that Pontius Pilate used to wipe his hands with after he washed them at the trial of Jesus. That's just an example. Things of that sort, plus a lot of natural history items. And the book centers on the fact that Barnaby, Maine was murdered, and there's a woman hero who tries to solve the murder mystery. And this is just a really fun read with a lot of twists to the plot. I was so surprised at the way it ended. I didn't guess it at all. So, highly recommended. The Cabinets of Barnaby, Maine by Elsa Hart. And then the second one is a very familiar author to most mystery readers, Louise Penny's new book, All the Devils Are Here. This is another Armand Gamache mystery, and it takes place in Paris. So this is an excellent example of how to breathe some new life into a mystery series that really was not in danger of becoming stale, but this really fires it up. And it was so interesting to deal with all the setting of Paris. Both these books are unique in their settings, or interesting because of it. Both Gamache's children, Annie and Daniel, have moved with their families to Paris. Of course, Jean-Guy Beauvoir has taken a job in private industry, and the Gamaches go over there to visit while they await the birth of Annie's and Jean-Guy's second child. And their son Daniel and his wife and two daughters also live there. And while they are there, they stumble on to one body in Gamache's godfather's apartment. And his godfather is then struck by a car on the street, and what becomes obvious was an intentional murder attempt. And of course, it just takes them a while to unwind it. But this is the best in the series that I have read for a while. I literally could not put this book down when I read it over the weekend. So, highly recommended. Read them and enjoy. And I will see you next time on the Reading Road. Happy reading.